Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and today I'm going to do two reviews. The first one, if you saw my tutorial yesterday, you will have seen the calamity with that glue gun, which is now in the bin, and I think I'd probably only used that glue gun 3 times. So I received this free of charge, but I am about to give an absolutely honest review on it. So that's going to be the first one. And the second one I paid for, and it's the ARTCY acrylic paint markers from Amazon. Now there's 24 in here, and I think they were either $20 or $22, so I'll have to have a look. But I will put the link below. As I say, I paid for these, but I just want to see if they're is any comparison to my Poscas, and actually I'm hoping that there isn't, even though I spent 20 bucks on them, because I do absolutely love my Posca markers, but I thought it would be nice to have some different shades. So there's 24 in here, but we're going to do that after we do this. Right, so what is in the box and how do we open it? Well, this is going to be fun because I'm absolutely lousy at opening boxes. Oh, that was easy. So straightforward and lift. We've got instructions, but I think most of us know how to use a glue gun. There is a glue gun inside, which is a very nice size. Got my ruler. Let's measure it. 5.5 inches, and it's got a metal fine tip. Now, a lot of mine are metal on the inside but plastic on the outside, and they always got all gunked up. Right, so that's the glue gun. We've got glue sticks in here that come with it, and we have a stand, a base with a silicone tray to catch all your drips. You've got suction cups so that you can suck it down nice and firmly. I'm doing a very good close-up for you. It's very nicely made. It is solid. And then you've got the piece that will snap in, and this is the holster for your gun. So I'm assuming, let's press it. Let's not do it off camera. Let's do it together. Oh, right, that's it then. And then your glue gun will go into there. Well, that holds it nice and firm. Wiggle it around, it's not falling out. And of course all your drips are going to go into here. Oh, I'm really impressed with that. And it doesn't go in all loose, you know, like you're worried it's going to fall over like mine was doing. Right, so stand was easy, just snap together. That goes in there, that's on there. We've got a box full of lovely glue tips, and you've also got an independent stand, if you don't want to use that you can snap in here. Now, I don't know whether you can pop that in and still put it in the holster, but even that is, you know, and folds away and is better than anything I've ever had. But no, you either use one or the other. So I'm now going to see how easy it is to snap that out. And it did, it just pulled straight out, so that can stay in the box. Right, it has 5 foot of lead, it has a correct plug on it. What's nice about this is the on-off switch, so you can leave it plugged in all the time on your table. There are 30 glue sticks that come with this. You've got metallic ones and you've also got clear ones. But for what I'm going to do, I'm just going to choose a clear one. Now, it does say that it takes up to 4 minutes to get hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in, I'm going to pause and come back in 4 minutes. Right, so it's only been 2 minutes, but while it continues to heat up to what it says on the instructions, I've cut out my mini slimline envelope, and I've done it in vellum. And I wanted to tell you, if you've got an Ollie's outlet, they're doing Nina vellum 15 sheets for 79 cents. So I'm going to use the glue gun, even though you're not supposed to use glue like that and I'm just going to make the envelope, because then you'll be able to see the glue line and everything else that's going on. So I have got my my bony doodah tool so I can fold the bits, and I have fitted the suction cups down onto my Tim Holtz glass media mat here, and it is not going anywhere. And you can just rest your hand there to lift it up. You can see I've got it switched on, the green light is on. So while I continue doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's heating up, and it feels hot already actually, I'm going to score these, and I'm just going to do them with my bone folder so that I can just pop them down in the right place as we go along. I do sort of like fold on the line there. I'm one of these naughty crafters, I'm afraid. I don't always use my bone folder, and I know that I should. Sometimes I get dreadful wobbly lines not doing it. So I just need to do this one. Oops. And of course, you know that sometimes when you introduce heat to vellum, it will warp it. So if it warps, you know, that's not the glue gun. That's just me, the maker's fault. But I just thought I would do it and see. Right, it has been 4 minutes, I believe. That is the outside of my envelope. So I'm going to put the big flap on first at the bottom, I think. And let's see how narrow the glue line is here. First of all, I'm going to just squeeze the trigger onto here. And, ooh. Well, that's nice. Did you see that? That works. So I'm going to go along the edge here and see just how thin a line I can get. Now, I will admit my hand is a wee bit wobbly, but you can, if you want to, go really, really thin with the line. I'm putting that back in the holster, out of the way. I'm going to spin this around so that I can see it, and I'm just going to pop that on, peel it off in the bits where it's not supposed to be, and try and get it on straight. And if I'm not straight, you have to forgive me, because as I said, you're not supposed to use hot glue gun for doing this, but I just wanted you to see it. Now, I don't know, that's set really, really quickly. Wow, I wonder if that peels off there in a string. We start experimenting now. No, it doesn't, but it is dripping, so I know that it's the right temperature. And I think it was just me fiddling around, basically, that prevented it from sticking. Unless, of course, we're not supposed to stick vellum at all. Like I say, operator error. Let's see if I did it this time. Yeah, I was a bit quicker this time. Glued a bit that I wasn't supposed to, but that's what it looks like on the back. And you can see the hot glue underneath the seam. And of course, it's not supposed to be like that, but you know, I'm just doing it so that you can see what this glue gun is doing. And now I'm just going to whiz down here again. And it is quite nice to have a glue that sets quite quickly. Jen reviewed this the other day, if you've ever been onto Jen's channel, and she did rosettes, and you know what a pain rosette making can be when they pop up and go all over the place on you. Right, yeah, once again it dried virtually instantly. I'm not going to complain. I quite like that it dries instantly. I'm just trying to get this straight. I mean, obviously you'd normally use tape or vellum glue to do this, but that's done it this time. So that's something to bear in mind. Whether it's the particular brand of glue stick, I do not know, but clearly it works, and I like it. So I'm going to go on the outside edge here And just try and be a little bit faster this time. You can get a really lovely fine bead of glue. I'm making a complete pig's ear of this. There. Got all my stringy bits coming off. And you can just rest your hand there and pull. That's just lovely. It's really, really solid and sturdy. And I must admit, I am someone who has never owned an expensive glue gun. And I do consider, I think the retail price on this is 20 bucks. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that that was expensive, but I'm used to paying like 5 bucks and what have you in the sale from Joanne. So I guess the thing would be, I've used hot glue to do that. And it did it all right, actually. Obviously, I made a bit of mess, but you can see the line of the glue in there. It does make a really fine line. You can always trim your straggly bits off. Would I spend $20 on this glue gun? And the answer to that is yes, I would. And look at that. You can see my drips are all in the tray. They're not all over the tip. They are actually in the tray. And it does set up really nice. I mean, for making rosettes and stuff like that, and flowers, I'm really, really impressed. And to the person that sent it to me, and it was free, I do thank you very, very much. And if anyone out there wants a free glue gun, I'm going to put the guy's email down below. And what he does is he will PayPal you the money so that you can go onto Amazon and buy a glue gun for yourself. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't say that if I didn't. I've just switched it off. You can see the on-off switch there, which is great. And then you can just leave it on your desk. That little drip there, look at that, it just came off. And it's a nice, tidy, clean area for you to work with again. Yeah, I love it. That's my review. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. I'm going to use it quite a few times and see how long it stands up, and maybe in 6 months come back and talk about it again. But it's really sturdy. It's got an on-off switch. This suctions. I'm pulling on this and it's completely firm. It's not going to fall down on you. You can put one hand there if you've got hand issues and you can pull it, and it's not hard to pull out. It's just a nice firm fit. You don't have to use the holster. It does come with a stand, and it comes with 30 glue sticks. So I'm going to give this, for my first impression, 5 out of 5. Now I'm going to pause, remove everything, and come up with the pens. Right, now for the next review, and this one I'm a little bit nervous, so I've chosen these 3 colours. I'm going with yellow, purple and dark green. And with all acrylic paint markers, there's a ball inside, you shake it and you have to prime the nib. Now, I am used to using Poscas and I've used them for years, and no, they are not cheap. These 24 markers for, I think it was $21. Never used them before. Going to open them right now with you. So I'm just opening the box, and that's what it looks like. They are loose inside the box, and I'm just going to tip them all out. Why not? Let's look at all these colours. See, these are all colours that you don't get with Posca. Right. Ooh. And look what else you get inside. Goodness me. Let's get those out. They come in a little box that was hidden down the side. You get 24 spare nibs. So that's nice, because you know, one of the first things that can go on your nib is you can crush it too often, which is something I like to do. And you need to replace the nibs, and you can replace the nibs with Posca, but these came free. And basically you just use a pair of tweezers, pull them out and pop them in, just like a Copic marker. So there you go, we've got some free ones. And of course the brand is ARTCY, I believe it is. I think that's how you say it. Right, so how many blues do we have here? We've got a lot of blues. That's a nice one. Another nice one. So I think I've got 4 blues in this set. And then we've got, let me see, 3 greens. That's nice. We've got an orange, which of course you have to buy separately for Posca, and that can cost you between $5 and $25 if you can get one. So I'm going to try and find a yellow that I think will match. I'm going to go for that one, and I think I'm going to go, that looks like the darkest purple, or should I go for that one? That maybe looks closer. And then of the greens, I'm going to just assume that this one is the darkest. So you also get a gold and silver in these, which is nice. But I'm just going to scoot those all over to that side of the table, and hopefully they're not just going to roll everywhere on me. Right, so push those away. And obviously brand new, so I'm going to shake them. And just for 1 or 2 minutes, because you want your paint to be opaque. If you don't shake, because it's water based, you can end up with a sort of like transparency, chalky, smeary finish, which is something that's not very nice. So I think I've shaken those enough. Are they sealed? That's always a bane, isn't it? When you got to, oh no, they're not. They're not sealed. So straight out of the box, you can pop the lid, and it's a nice firm fitting lid. Now I've got to shake my Poscas to make sure everything is getting treated equally. Now because I use these so often, I probably don't need to shake them as much, but I'm still doing the old Carmen Miranda. Just put a fruit hat on or something. I can't do that, I might scare the dogs. Right, so let's prime the Posca, and let's go with purple first. The nibs look to be the same size on those ARTCY pens, and as you can see, as you go down with the Posca, you get a lovely flow. I am going to get close with these in a minute, and then I'm going to go with the green. You can hear just how scratchy that is, because of course they do say you're not supposed to use acrylic markers on cardstock paper, and that's actually left a few lines in there. I probably should have primed it. And now I'm going to use my yellow, and my nib was yucky, so you might see another colour come out with that one, and it's a lovely vibrant yellow from Posca, and it's a lovely even flow of paint. You have to excuse the dirty bit, but it is clean down there. Right, let's have a look. I am nervous. First of all, we've got to prime them, so I'll go from yellow and across. And let's see what's going on here. Should only have to do it. There you go. There's the flow of paint. Oh, it's quite liquid, but it's coming out nicely. So that's even coverage. Looking at the size of the dots it'll give me. That's quite nice. It's very wet, and I will show you that in a second. Posca dry virtually instantaneously. Now I'm going to choose the right pen. I'm going to prime the green, and you just do that by just pushing down until you see the paint start to flow on the nib. Can you see that? That probably needs another push. There we go. the colour shade is very similar to Posca. It is flowing out nicely. So that's impressive. Now, I will tell you that the yellow is still wet, but my Posca is dry. So all of the Poscas are dry. This green one looks like it's drying quicker than the yellow, and I might be that I put too much yellow down. I don't know. Now let's prime the purple that I chose. Get a good flow going there, and almost a good match for the Posca there as well. These paints do feel perhaps a little bit more liquid. I think it might be a couple of shades darker on that purple than that one. That one's almost a good match, and that one seems to be a brighter yellow than that one. But it is drying. I'm quite surprised, actually. Now, you have to excuse me because I have to give them the sniff test. And they don't smell. Some acrylic markers smell. Now, the purple is almost dry. You can see a few streaks of wetness there. The yellow, I think I probably put too much on, and that will warp my cardstock. But this is really cheap cardstock from Walmart. But I'm just looking, and I'm a bit shocked actually. I've got my rough texture that I'm used to, and it feels exactly the same. So, I'm going to have to get some stamps out and play, I think. I'm quite surprised by that. I mean, as I say, I only ever use them on cardstock. Obviously, you can use glass and stone. You can decorate your clothes with them because they're like fabric markers. They're waterproof. You can do your shoes. You can do a lot of stuff with an acrylic marker. But, yeah. Right, well, I've got 24 of them, so I'm going to use them, and I'll probably cross them with my Poscas, and all I can say is I'm a little bit shocked because the quality is virtually identical. If you look at the purple, you can see you've got complete saturation of colour on the paper, and if you look at that one, it's a little bit scratchy, but you could always put a second coat over the top. But then my green was scratchy because I hadn't primed it very well. And my yellow nib was dirty, which is a bit naughty in a review. That's still a little bit damp. And I think what I did was I primed it too much and it's buckled the paper because it's like fluffed my paper up there. So mixed media paper is really the best stuff. But I have to tell you, I'm seriously impressed. I'm not going to diss this product at all. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll go away and I will show you on Monday, and I'll do a complete colour swatch of these pens, and let's see what happens to them over the weekend as they're drying and stuff. But I'm impressed, so I will absolutely link that for you below. And as I say, I did purchase these, and going back to the glue gun, absolutely awesome. And I will give that guy's email below. Fabulous glue gun, probably the best I've ever held in my hand, because as I say, I know there are like $50 and $60 glue guns out there which I'm sure are extremely nice, but for a small glue gun with a fine point that put out a fine line with suction and a little holder that made it nice and safe and stopped it from falling over, I was very impressed. Right, so I am up tomorrow with a surprise creation design team haul, and you're going to be quite surprised at some of the things that are in that. So thank you so much for watching. As usual, all links below. Bye.